I'm a puppet. I've actually been turned into a puppet. Oh my god, if it weren't for my stiff body and the red thread sewing my neck and joints together, who would ever guess I'm a puppet? Someone's coming. It's over, it's over. If I'm discovered, I'm as good as dead. The workmanship is so shoddy. My eyeballs are practically popping out. It's only because I'm a kind-hearted lady that I'm putting up with this. Anyone else wouldn't give a damn about you. You're clearly just a street artisan. Yet you're trying to imitate a scholar with your gold-leafed book and all planting flowers. Just like the fox scholar in those ghost stories. If this peddler discovers I can move, he'll probably think the puppet has come to life. Maybe he'll report me to the authorities. And then they'll burn me at the stake. A lone man and woman in the dead of night. Why is he hugging me? Does he think I'm that pervert? What is he doing? Touching up my makeup? Does he have that kind of fetish? Whose little princess is this, so beautiful? It's mine, of course. This guy's so flirty. This sachet's worn out. I'll buy you a new one tomorrow after I sell everything. No way, he's so poor his rice jar's empty. Yet he still wants to buy me a new sachet? What a saint. No wonder this peddler's family is so poor they can't even put food on the table. He is so slow and fussy, no wonder he can't make any money. He has finally fallen asleep. I've had enough sleep during the day, so I might as well take a stroll around this house later. The air has a distinct whiff of poverty. He must be a down-and-out scholar. His parents died young, and he became a peddler just to make it to the capital for the imperial exams. How pitiful. A thin mist hangs over the town. It's so quiet, not a sound to be heard. This feels a bit off lately. No, I've got to go take a look. It's clearly the dead of night. Yet all the shops still have their doors wide open. He's so poor he doesn't even have rice to cook. Yet he still bought me a sachet. I'll trade him my gold hairpin for some rice to repay him. Shopkeeper, sell me some rice. Wooden Link, he's a puppet. Wooden Link, all of them are Wooden Link. There are no living people in this town. Only puppets. This is nothing but a dead town. Wait, if there are no living people here, then who is the peddler selling to every day? Who is he? Really? Oh no, he saw the mud on the sole of my shoe. He must know I went out last night. How could a princess get her embroidered shoes dirty? If it weren't for my flaw, I was just a chance encounter. I would have thought he not only knew I'd come back to life, but that he'd even gone out for a stroll. He's gone. Finally gone. This time I'm definitely going to follow him, to see where he's really going and who he's really selling to. Why is this path so hard to walk? He's walking way too fast. Never mind. He's definitely going to another town to sell goods. It's just only staying in that godforsaken town because he has nowhere else to go. 2 months ago, mountain bandits ambushed the ninth princess on her way north to Qingqing, slaughtering over 300 members of her wedding procession. The princess suffered unspeakable humiliation, met a tragic death in the bandit stronghold. The sky's falling. My legs have given out. My legs have given out. It's over, it's over. Look at the peony-patterned lanterns, embroidered sachets, peachwood carvings of falling blossoms and crescent moons, and the persimmon-shaped pouches slung diagonally across a brocade sash. Compared to the goods in the small town, the town's goods may be a bit rough around the edges, but they make up for it with their exquisite designs. Do you like this little persimmon pouch? So cute, I love it. Wait, no, it's not about liking it. Right now. My leg is still on the ground. Is he blind? He really didn't see it. Early this morning, the peddler went out selling again. Looking at this crab-meat body of mine. It'd fall apart just climbing a single mountain. How am I supposed to go to Jingli to take revenge on that dog of a scholar? Wait, the peddler is a scholar. He's bound to go to the capital to take the imperial exams, right? If I hide in the attic of his house, I can just tag along with him to Jingli. I've got a solution. I instantly cheered up and held a donkashagong flower to my head. The peddler bought me a whole box of beautiful palace flowers. Suddenly, a commotion erupted outside. It sounded like an outsider had barged into the town. Didn't you say you lived here? Where is he? Miss, there's no need to worry. He's probably out running errands. We'll be fine if we wait a bit. If you wish to enter the Jilu Mountains to pick ice broad jade forest flowers, you're bound to encounter fierce beasts in the mountains. If you can buy the mountain ghost guard rope from him, those spirit beasts won't dare harm you in the slightest. I'm in no mood to wait for a lowly commoner to search. Who could possibly find the mountain ghost guard rope? If he does, the young lady will reward him with 10 taels of gold. Ah. Big sister, what are you trying to say? Young lady, he looks like nothing more than just a fake doll. I saw with my own eyes that he didn't have it. By now, it should have rotted away in the mountains. A lowly commoner. Does he even deserve to marry my brother, the pride of the heavens? What a disaster. There's absolutely nothing here. Xiao Huang. You must be in a lot of pain. The peddler used to comb my hair, prepare my sachets, and buy me palace flowers and bags. Now his home has been ransacked. I must help him clean it up. But this is sentry paying a debt of gratitude? This is clearly revenge. Never mind, I'd better not make things worse. Did we have any guests while I was away? You must have been terrified facing them all alone. I'm truly sorry. I heard she's the daughter of a wealthy merchant from Jilu, of very noble birth. Perhaps we should invite her to stay the night in our little town, to show our hospitality. What do you think, little princess? He didn't sell a single thing today, and didn't make any money. I've heard that scholars in ancient times often starved to death. No, I have to go to town tomorrow to find some food. We can't let him starve to death before he even makes it to the capital for the imperial exams. I've told you over and over, Mississippi. We were trapped here by a ghostly illusion. We'll never get out. Ninth princess, please let me go. I didn't do anything. I was just following orders to tear your clothes. I didn't know that was the wedding gown your mother embroidered for you. You only told me after I'd torn it. I didn't know. It was they who humiliated you on your wedding night. It was they who handed you over to the bandits and locked you in a doghouse. What are you still standing there for? Hurry up and deal with him. Mississippi. Perhaps we found a way to leave this place. So the clothes are a bit old and all wet. Luckily, we picked up some wood along the way. We can use it to start a fire and dry the clothes. His basket is still full to the brim. He didn't sell a single thing today. Didn't make a penny. If this keeps up, he'll really starve to death. The small banana leaf courtyard after the rain is fresh and dewy. The peddler gave me a fresh comb-over. Moved me to sit under the eaves. Little princess, soak up some moonlight and absorb the spiritual energy of heaven and earth. It'll help you transform into human form sooner. As if anyone would believe that. It's clearly just that he can't bear to spend the money on oil. Soak up the moonlight. Weave a snake with your hands. This peddler, though struggling to make ends meet, is truly a positive and upstanding person. If he knew that his fellow troop members had long since become spirits, he'd surely be scared to death on the spot, just like Su Xian when he saw Bai Nyangzi. Before long, I began to feel drowsy. Through my hazy vision, I saw some blue spots growing on the back of my hand. Am I getting moldy? The mountain air is so damp. It's making me moldy. If this keeps up, I won't rot, will I? I don't want to turn into a rotten tangerine. Absolutely not. Time is running out. Little princess. If you don't transform into human form soon, you'll rot completely. I won't rot. I'll definitely transform into the freshest tangerine. I told you to transform into a human, not a tangerine. It wasn't a dream last night. I really have mold growing on me. These spots have even spread to my neck. Why won't they fade in the sun? How can these mold spots be so stubborn? They won't wash off, they just went off. Where did this come from? Rotten things are meant to be thrown away. If the peddler finds out I've gone bad, will he toss me out right away? No way, I still want to go to the capital with him. I absolutely cannot be thrown away. Good thing I can cover it up. I'll keep it hidden for as long as I can. I'll figure something out eventually. Business is going well. I sold out everything I took out this morning. Wait, what on earth is this cage full of snow-white frost flowers? The rice jar is completely empty. He actually spent all the money he earned on flowers. What a spendthrift. What kind of flowers are these? The scent is overwhelming. And what's with that ferocious monkey outside? Why is he staring at me? I'm definitely not going to watch him bathe. It's time for the little princess to bathe. So this bath isn't for him, it's for me? Why would a mere servant like me need a bath? No, wait, the spots I just covered with powder this afternoon. If I wash now, won't they all be exposed? And he's giving me a bath? What a pervert. Oh, right. I need to grab a new towel. Run. Run fast. I absolutely can't let him catch me. When we played freeze tag as kids, I always came in first. There's no way he's catching me. It's time for the little princess to bathe. It wouldn't be strange if he didn't notice. I'm a master of deception. How did I even crawl under the bed in the first place? Is he that oblivious? No, wait, did he realize I'm a spirit long ago? And is just pretending not to expose me so he can take advantage of me? What that sly old man. The little princess is too skinny. No wonder she gets blown over. By the wind. Blown over by the wind? He actually thought I was blown under the bed by the wind. How does his brain even work? I've been stuck in this godforsaken place for so long, and this is the first bath I've ever taken. It feels so good. I'm going to get the fragrant oil. That stuff has to be rubbed all over my body. No, absolutely not. I'm very conservative. It's over, completely over. I'm just a private person. I know nothing about this. I must have been seen completely naked. I can't show my face to anyone. Let me see. Showing has lotus green, lotus pink, pale white, and aqua blue. Which one does the little princess like? This smallest one should suit you best. I'm so voluptuous, the largest one suits me. This is a battle for my dignity. I absolutely won't wear the smallest one. Little princess, this one fits you perfectly. It doesn't fit, not at all. My dignity is gone. I've heard there are many spirits in the world that can transform into humans. If only the little princess could cultivate into a human and become my wife, that would be wonderful. My chest is too small. I'm not worthy of being your wife. Since I've already seen the little princess naked, I should take responsibility for her. The ninth set of radio calisthenics. Marching in place, starting now. Ever since I soaked in a petal-infused jujube last night, this rare body has become much more agile. I can even do calisthenics now. Body rotation exercises. Oh my god, Yuri, you're alive. You found me. I actually stumbled upon the golden crown. Wait, I'm a puppet named Jean now too. We're all the same kind, what's there to be afraid of? My name is Xiao Baojing. I pay my respects to Her Highness the Princess. I'm Yao Yao the peddler, just call me Little Princess, that's fine. Why is this little girl calling me Her Highness the Princess, too? Your Majesty, those double rings you're wearing look absolutely stunning. Really? Her Highness the Princess, would you like me to take you to explore Furong Town? Take you to my house to eat braised pork? Friendship between girls has always been this simple and passionate. A single compliment is enough to give your whole heart. Mom and Dad, I'm back. I brought Her Highness the Princess home. This is Yuyu's home. Why is it so quiet? Oh, they've already left. You must try the braised pork my mom made. We only get to eat a bowl of this at home during the new year. My mom's cooking is so good. Braised pork, why are you crying? This braised pork isn't tasty at all. Father, mother. I won't eat braised pork anymore. I'll never eat it again. Commander Fong Jun has issued a decree. Evil spirits are plaguing Furong Town, endangering lives. He has specially ordered demon slayers to purge the evil, restore peace, and burn away the malevolence. Burn it well, this is the price you'll pay for harming this young lady. I'll burn you until your souls are scattered to the winds. I'll see how can these evil spirits still cause trouble. You couldn't defeat this young lady when you were alive. Do you think you can now that you're dead? So that's how it is. They were trapped in the town a few days ago and actually chopped off their own feet to escape. Now they've come back to slaughter us in revenge. Don't make a sound, no matter how much we suffer, we're going to die here. We didn't harm them. The old men and women in the town even carried lanterns to light their way. It was they themselves chopped off their own feet. What right do they have to burn down my home? Hey, wait for me. It's over, the peddler has lost his home now. Won't he starve to death? The prefect of Jiulu is quite the character. I hear the old lady at the prefect's mansion is celebrating her 60th birthday. Let's head into town tomorrow and join the festivities. Everyone's been burned to ashes. Yet he still manages to smile. He's either a fool or a genius. He'll definitely pass the imperial exam someday. Jincheng. Would be perfect. I could slip into the governor's mansion. Who knows, maybe I could bring Yao Yao back. I clutched my little bag of persimmons, peering through the cracks in the wooden crate as the peddler hoisted his pole. On one end was the crate where I was hiding, on the other was his stack of goods. That was his entire fortune. Jiulu City was bustling with activity, and the peddler was so handsome and charming. Every now and then young wives and young ladies would step forward to chat with him, stuffing flowers, handkerchiefs, and fruits into his arms. He probably couldn't afford an inn. The peddler carried me on his shoulder as he strolled through the city, finally settling down at a dilapidated temple. Seriously? Taking a girl out and staying in a rundown temple? He doesn't even have enough money for a hotel room. How is he going to take me to the capital in the future? It's driving me crazy. Don't be afraid. Just treat this place like your home. You're crazy. Who treats a dilapidated temple like home? I'm not a monk or a Taoist priest. As a little princess, living here is a bit of a hardship. Can't we just make do for a few days? Once we've had our fill of the best of the festivities, we'll go home. Who said I'm going home with you? Don't touch me like that. You're taking advantage of me. If Mother Moon sells tofu for another 2 years, we'll be able to afford our own house. You won't have to suffer living in a dilapidated temple with me anymore. Rest assured, I'll never again squander all our money on praying to gods for that elusive imperial throne. In my heart, you're the most important thing. Oh my, there's someone in the temple. My Lord, please stop talking. I am Gu Jinliang. May I ask your name? Shang Bingjiu. So his name is Shang Bingjiu? That's such an unlucky name. What were his parents thinking? This is my new wife. Ever since we moved in, my sister-in-law hasn't moved a muscle. Is she being disobedient? Or does she have something on her mind? My wife just doesn't smile much by nature. Who doesn't smile? I'm a demon. How could I dare to smile? If I did, I'd scare people to death. This girl is quite pretty, but why is she standing there so still? It's kind of creepy to look at for too long, little brother. Lately, the county office has been preparing for the old lady's 60th birthday. Every morning and evening, they're giving out free steamed buns and congee. Go get a portion for you and your mother. At least it'll fill your stomachs. Even a peddler looks so good eating a bun, it's making me hungry. Everyone's asleep, so I'll help myself. I can't even taste anything. I wish I could turn back into a human. That little glutton stole a bite but didn't clean up properly. Little brother, my husband said. The prefect's office is recruit commoners for entertainment. I see you've got quite a few cloth puppets in your cart. Could it be you perform paper flower plays? Why not give it a try? Earn some reward money to buy your young lady some good food. Who knew there was such a good opportunity? Thank you for the reminder, young lady. Thank you for the reminder. I was chosen by the steward. Tonight I'll be staying at the prefectural mansion. Tomorrow I'll perform the cloth puppet show at the birthday banquet. Young man, this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. You'd better put on a good show and try to earn as much money as possible. Thanks for the reminder, Brother Gu. I'll keep that in mind. I thought getting into the prefect's mansion would mean a decent place to stay. But what kind of hellhole is this? It's not even as good as the dilapidated temple I used to stay in. Don't look at me like that. Is this something I want to see? Who cares about watching this? Young man, your puppet is truly exquisite. I wonder where you learned your craft. May I borrow this puppet to admire it after I've finished my performance? He pinched my arm. I'd crumble to pieces on the spot. Help. I'm terrified of strangers and can't face the outside world. It's just a puppet. Why are they calling it a special occasion? I'll pay 100 cash coins if you let me observe its mechanical structure. How about it? Haha, 100 coins. For a penniless peddler who can't even afford a meal. That's a fortune. It's over, I'm going to be taken apart. Just lend it to me, take a look. I won't damage it. You won't even let me look? You're so stingy. Don't worry, I'll protect you the whole time. This peddler seems pretty likable. Everyone's asleep. I'll use the cover of night to sneak off and find Yi. Little princess, you're so clueless. You're like a clumsy, innocent little puppy. My little princess, you really are clueless. What just happened? My body moved on its own. Could it be that I've awakened a combat ability? Oh, that's fantastic. With superpowers, what do I have to fear? Let's find a quack doctor. Old Hua, did you come here to mock this young lady? I don't even have feet anymore, yet you dare to give me embroidered shoes. Miss, would you please try them on first? These embroidered shoes were made from mountain spirits. Once you put them on, even without feet, you can traverse mountains and rivers. As if walking on flat ground. Humph, you demon slayers are finally proving somewhat useful. Miss, if you like them, could you spare my few young apprentices for the sake of these shoes? Spare them. They were so inept at their training that I had to have my feet chopped off just to escape that hellhole. How dare you plead for them? Guards, drag him to the dungeon. Tomorrow, he and his apprentices will be sent into the mountains to become blood stones. Tomorrow is grandmother's birthday. I'll wear these shoes to receive guests and let those Wodo laugh at me behind my back. See clearly. This young lady is no cripple from Meijiao. I traverse mountains and rivers as if walking on level ground. If I have these shoes, will I not fear my frail body falling apart ever again? Who is over there playing tricks? You bastard, you've been found out, Bauer. Is it Bauer reincarnated? Or is it his spirit? Has he come here to tell me of some grievance? That bitter winter. I first met him in the Imperial Garden. I wasn't a child. My mother was ill and craved fresh fruit. I saw them all picking persimmons, bringing bamboo baskets to gather them. On New Year's Eve that year, he saved me. Though he was clearly terrified himself, he still stood in front of me. We made a promise, swearing he'd marry me and protect me for the rest of my life. Light every lantern in this room so I can search. My wife is ugly and shabby. She dares not see guests. Move aside. This is clearly this general's general. This is just a fellow actor, a prop for us wandering performers. This lad is dim-witted and can't afford a wife. Seeing a pretty fellow actor, he insists she's his wife. Don't take it to heart. Fellow actor. I saw him run into this room with my own eyes. He must be hiding here. He came to the prefect's mansion to find me. He must have suffered some injustice and come to tell me his grievances. Give my wife back to me. The young general's wife is missing. Yet he brandishes a sword to seize Shang's wife. Could it be that the young general is also one who bullies men and seduces women? I didn't mean to seize your wife. I beg you, let me see the person inside. Ah. Truly, a romantic soul comes from a wealthy family. Young brother, just let him take a look. It'll help him give up hope. Bauer, it really is you who's been corrupted. How did I become someone else's darling? Bauer, you really are my Bauer. Bauer, so the red thread on my body can actually be controlled by that peddler. I can fly now. Goodbye, mother. I'm setting sail tonight. Bauer, have you suffered some injustice? Will you tell me? I'm so angry, so angry. If you don't love me, why did you marry me? Bauer, does it hurt? Bauer, this isto is from when I was little. You kept them close for protection. Bauer, don't be afraid. Once I marry you, I'll be the one to protect you. They say that when a person's soul fades away, it turns into a million fireflies, lighting the way home. Don't go. Don't go. Was that another spirit inside this body just now? His obsession has faded. It will be dawn in another hour. The dormitory is noisy and filthy. I'll stay here with the little princess. I have to admit, this peddler is actually quite considerate. Why is this peddler staring at my bag? Did he discover something? Oh no. How am I, a pilgrim on the journey to the west, supposed to explain stealing? Why did he reach straight into a girl's bag? A sworn friend's vow. There are 2 tangerines. Their texture is very fine. Their color white, and their essence supremely exquisite. At night, they transform into white birds. The white bird swoops down and flies into the well. So these shoes really were transformed by a golden monster. Is the little princess scared out of her wits? I told you I'd always protect you. Look, I've chased them away for you. That scared me to death. He actually thought a bird had flown in on its own. So my true identity hasn't been exposed after all. This peddler is nothing like I imagined. Not only does he know how to perform, but he's got such amazing magic tricks too. But I don't want to be a puppet controlled by others. I still want to go to Yenju to find the doctor and become a real human. I took the flower for that soul. He's back. Today is the old lady of the prefect's mansion's 60th birthday. Everyone's gone to the festivities. Yo. Are you here? Sir. We want to hear a story. Today let's tell a story about braised pork. Chui next door said her family ate meat yesterday. I want to eat meat too. Don't we only get to eat it during the new year? But mother, it's already August now. 11 Your father is working at Junsher restaurant. He fell off a scaffold and broke his leg. Once father gets better and collects his wages, mother will make you braised pork, okay? Here. Take these 50 cash. Go to the clinic and get some medicine for father. Red bean glutinous rice cakes. Soft, chewy, and sweet red bean glutinous rice cake so. The candied hawthorn and glutinous rice cake smell so good. Fresh. Pork belly makes the best braised pork. If daddy eats the braised pork, will he get better? Isn't that the neighbor's kid? Come buy some pork. I'm not buying pork. I'm going to get medicine for daddy. What kind of medicine? Medicine is so bitter. Your dad definitely won't like it. Just buy a piece of pork. Maybe dad might get better if he eats the pork. Mom and dad, I bought some meat. You'll have meat to eat now. What about the medicine? Where's dad's medicine? Mom, the butcher said. Dad would get better if he ate the pork. How dare you? That's your father's life-saving money. This was the first time my mother had ever laid a hand on me since I was 7. Ah. What's going on? Why are you hitting a child for no reason? What does such a little girl know? It's all because you Chiao Sua. I got beaten for no reason at all. You know full well what the Lin family situation is. How dare you do such a heartless thing? Sister-in-law, I'm so sorry. I'll give you the money back. Please don't hit Yu anymore. Can't we just consider this pork a treat for Yu? Wife. Since everyone's being so kind, why don't you make a pot of braised pork for the children? Father, you're the best. Back then, Yaya didn't understand why her mother and father were crying. They clearly didn't want the money anymore. So why were they still crying? Mother actually hit me. So I hid here until dark before going home. I wanted to make them worry. Is mother still mad at me? Or, did father and my little brother eat all the braised pork behind my back? Father, mother, you actually ate it all yourselves? What's going on? My friends are all gone. The uncles and aunts who usually eat with us during the hot summer are gone too. Mother, father, little brother, where are you? Come out. You know she was wrong. Every 2 years, Jilu County must pay tribute to the imperial court with soldiers to harvest the Chongling flowers. They treat the lives of the entire townspeople as offerings, trading the bloodstones of ferocious beasts for a path into the mountains to gather the flowers. Mom and Dad, wait for me. Wait for me. Don't go, don't go. Please, take me with you. Mother, let's go home. Be a good girl and go home. He listened to his mother's words and went home. But there was no one left at home waiting for him. It's so bitter. Why is this braised pork so bitter? It's not good at all. Mother told me to come home, but I have no home left. Oh, divine being, I beg you, bring my family back. As long as you can bring them back, I'm willing to be your servant. I'm willing to pay any price. The evil god heard his plea. The evil god carved a wooden doll to house the lingering souls of the departed, so that those he longed for day and night, to remain forever in this dilapidated town. The story of the braised pork is over. What? Your story isn't pleasant at all. Who can't afford braised pork? My family has more than enough every day. We even feed the leftovers to the dog. Exactly. If you want to hear stories from the ancient city, listen to the tale of Spring Day. There's no story of Hoi shooting the sun. Do you want to hear the story of the celestial dog swallowing the sun? Then let's hear the story of the celestial dog swallowing the sun. Once upon a time, the demon clan and humans for 1,000 years. The sun goddess Jinwu chose to side with the humans. The demon clan was deeply resentful. So a giant celestial dog sought to devour Jinwu. And then he grew enormous. He was about to swallow the sky itself. I've searched every courtyard of the Grand Master's estate. Yao, where on earth are you? Perhaps we should go ask Lu Jian again. He dared to brutally murder even the reigning princess. Yao, a helpless spirit. If she fell into his hands, wouldn't she be tortured to death? A bunch of good-for-nothings who can't even keep an eye on a pair of shoes. What use are you lot to me? You're trespassing. Brother, aren't you supposed to be in the front courtyard celebrating grandmother's birthday? Why have you come here? I heard. You saw Brother Bauer in Furong Town. Who told you that? My sister-in-law has long since been laid to rest. How could I possibly have seen him? He's dead, wife. I'm afraid she cannot rest in peace. It's been several months now. We even had a high-ranking monk perform a memorial service. Brother, why are you bringing up this painful subject again? Isn't there anything you want to confess to your brother? Brother, what's wrong with you today? This was dug up from the base of the wall in your courtyard. It was you who bribed the mountain bandits to ambush his escort to the village. It was you who used this small sword to peel off his skin bit by bit, dismembering him piece by piece. So, little princess met such a gruesome end. Why, Yuejia? You clearly said you liked him very much. Why did you do such a cruel thing to him? I didn't like him. I never liked him. Brother, you are the pride of heaven. How could you marry a lowly commoner born to a palace maid? Brother, have you forgotten how I was rejected when I was being considered for a marriage alliance back then? They said that although I was raised under the lady's care, my birth mother was, after all, just a courtesan. They said that deep down, I'm just as filthy. We both have lowly birth mothers. Why can't I marry into a good family? Yet he gets to marry into ours in such splendor. Is it just because he's handsome? But I'll strip him of his charm, so he can never seduce brother again. Is it cruel to kill him for such an utterly absurd reason? The concubines in the harem love using ice-shattering jade forest flowers to preserve their youth. Father to keep his position as the chief eunuch. He captures about 100 villagers every year, to feed to the beasts as blood sacrifices. Why doesn't brother call him cruel? Why doesn't he call the imperial court cruel? Brother, you and I both enjoy the wealth and glory bought with tens of thousands of lives. Doesn't that make us cruel too? You're right. I am indeed cruel, without a shred of mercy. Brother, what do you mean? Your maidservants have already told meth bandits hideout in those mountains. Today, I'll first wipe out the bandits, then kill the corrupt officials, to atone for myself. Plotting against the imperial princess is a capital offense punishable by the extermination of 9 generations of the Zhu clan. Moonlight, our whole family is as good as dead. We've all gone mad. We've all gone mad. I'm asking you to find out something. Answer me honestly. Where exactly is that puppet dressed in a goose-feathered skirt? He's come back to claim my life. I can't die. While I was alive, I didn't even bother with you when I was alive. Do you really think I'd be afraid of you now that I'm a ghost? It hurts a little, but I can bear it. So being a sacrificial puppet has its perks, does it? You, how could you? I just want to ask you, where did you hide Yao Yao? He's gone to the place he belongs. Little treasure spirit. Though I did some bad things to you, I wasn't the one who actually killed you. It was the 4th princess who ordered me to kill you. I didn't know you and your sister. I have no grudge or enmity against you, but if you seek revenge, you should go to the capital and find your sister. The place where Kumu belongs is the kitchen. The commotion. There, Chiao Yu must be seeking revenge. She's determined to throw him into the kitchen stove. Yu, where are you? Your Highness. I'm here. I've been burning for 3 days already. Thankfully, you arrived in time. 1 moment later, and Yu would have been reduced to ashes. Don't be afraid, I'm here to save you. Don't they say that? Can ride the clouds and summon winds and rains? Don't you have a single special skill? Does cleaning the courtyard count as a special skill? If not, I can always burn myself into charcoal, to keep warm in winter, then grow a new body next year. My charcoal is different from others. It burns for a long time and produces no smoke. There's no need to flaunt such a skill. Your Highness, you may not know this, but for lowly spirits like us, just being able to take human, that's already quite an achievement. We certainly can't ride the clouds or summon wind and rain. Those limitless abilities are reserved for the great demons. It's bad enough that I'm a spirit, but I'm the lowest ranking one at that. There are demons, and more demons. I'm not in the mood for this. There are demon hunters around. If they catch me, it's all over. Nyo, let's go home. Your Highness, what should we do? The fire on my body hasn't been extinguished yet. This fire is exactly the same as the one in Rongzhen. They're exactly the same. A peddler? Then where is he? After traveling all night, my body can't take it anymore. The magistrate of Jilu County is so hospitable. I accidentally ate until I was stuffed. Was it the peddler who carried me and Yao back? Yu. You're awake? Here, have some. What is this? Braised pork, made by the head chef at the magistrate's residence. It should be delicious. But it's a shame it's already cold. Your Highness, I'm not worthy of eating braised pork. I'll never take money from father to buy meat again. But father and mother are both gone. Children are growing up. Wanting to eat meat is the most natural desire of all. You can't punish yourself for the rest of your life for a mistake you made because you were young and didn't know any better. The real culprits are the county governor's office. It's because they withheld wages that your family couldn't afford meat. It's because of their cruelty and inhumanity that your parents were arrested by the soldiers. Nyo, you're a victim too. Your Highness, my back is about to fall apart. Your Highness, I'm a puppet carved from a jujube tree. My father used to say that jujube would make the most fragrant roasted meat. Would you like to try some? No need for that. At this rate, Will Yu end up breaking himself apart? I hope he'll grow a more robust body in 0 years. Preferably with 3 like the 6-headed, 6-armed kind. That way, the spirit will be more refined. Yu, when will we be able to cultivate into humans? For a jujubwood puppet like me, as long as I can cultivate to the point of blooming and bearing fruit, I can transform into a human. So, it turns out, we spirits do have cultivation methods. Your Highness, why don't you first cultivate into a tree, then learn to bloom and bear fruit, and finally cultivate into a human? I'm a tree too. I have experience. I can guide you in your cultivation. How am I supposed to cultivate into a tree when I don't even know how to cultivate into a human? So, how far have you gotten? Have you bloomed yet? I'm still stuck in the theoretical stage. You're so unreliable, Yu. I guess I'll just have to go to the capital and find that dog of a national master,